Hello developers, welcome back to Stoner Stack. Today we are going to start our new MCP client series. In this introduction episode, we will first understand what is MCP client and where does it fit into the big picture. So let's start by defining it. Think of the MCP client as a part that actually uses the MCP server. It's the piece that takes input from the host like your IDE or your AI tool, connects to the MCP server, fetches the output, and then hands it back to the wherever it is needed. So basically the client is the one doing the legwork to make sure that server's tool actually get used. Now to really understand this, let's look at the well-known MCP protocol diagram from the Microsoft and the Anthropic. So host on the one side, that's your IDE or your AI platform. In the middle, it's the MCP client which is communicating with the MCP server. So the MCP server is like a program running locally or the remotely. And on the other side, there is the MCP client, our hero for this series. The client is the bridge that connects to the server and makes all this magic happen. In my MCP server series, I have built a basic MCP server. So as you can see on the screen, there is an employee tool in this MCP server. We have configured this MCP server in the mcp.json file like this, and also I have made some videos around connecting other MCP servers like Atlassian, Figma, etc. You can watch that as well. So for this MCP server, I have connected it with the GitHub Copilot in past. To make it more clear, like how MCP client actually works, let's connect with the MCP Inspector, which is a MCP client provided by Anthropic or Microsoft. So let's configure it, and once it will connect, you will notice the first call it does as a initialize call. So if you will expand this initialize call, here you will not. This is a JSON RPC 2.0 standard which is supported by MCP protocol. Now when I click on the list tool, here this tool slash list call happened, and this is also came back with the same response with available tools. So all these functionalities like discovering the MCP server, discovering the availability of the tools, calling to the MCP server, fetching the data, fetching the structured output and the response. All these things are done by the MCP client. I hope this gives you a clear idea of what an MCP client is and where it fits into the architecture. We have already built the MCP server together, and now let's create our own MCP client as well. So stay tuned for the few next episodes. If you are into this kind of AI development, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next videos. Thank you everyone.